Have you ever wanted to build a new habit but fail miserably? Don't lie, I see you. New year, new me. The gym membership is probably collecting dust somewhere around February. Yeah, same. But what if I told you there's a way to make habits actually stick? No more guilt, no more failures. And it's really simple actually. Like sometimes there's no one way to do things. There's no key, no magic, no breakthrough. But this is the one thing you need to know to actually stick to your new healthy habits. But first, welcome back to Big Sister Chats. This is the corner of the internet where I pretend to be your oldest sibling and share any life advice or knowledge or lessons that I've learned so far. Get comfortable, grab yourself a drink, sit, lay down, cook, clean, do whatever you want while you watch or listen to this episode. Okay, you want to know my life-changing hack? It's habit stacking. What actually is habit stacking? It's a super simple idea. You take something you already do every day, basically on autopilot, and add a new habit you want to have on top of it. This makes it easier to remember and harder to skip. Here's how I discovered the true power of habit stacking. I wanted to learn Italian for years, but every time I'd lose my streak on Duolingo after 20 days, 100 days, 50 days, I would stop learning Italian for months. Anyone else been there? It was frustrating because I really wanted to learn the language, but I just couldn't make it stick. And I did some sort of habit stacking there already, but it wasn't good enough. Life happened, I guess. And because of 2 days, I guess, is when you lose your streak completely, I was basically set back to zero, and then I was so frustrated that I never picked it up again. So what I did before, what worked for about 106 days, I guess, was Duolingo while commuting. I took the tram from home to the train station each morning, and that was about 10 minutes. It was good because I was commuting for much longer at that time, but this was always the time frame where I would do Duolingo. It worked to some extent, but I only worked from Monday to Thursday, and so I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And I did not commute. That's also where I lost my streak. So the basics of habit stacking were there, but since Duolingo is something I should do every day, this didn't work yet. And then it hit me. I brush my teeth every day anyway. And brushing my teeth takes approximately 3 minutes, and a Duolingo lesson also takes approximately 3 minutes, which is great and totally convenient. And so one day I decided to habit stack learning Italian to brushing my teeth. If you calculate that, I guess I will be around 700 minutes a year of learning Italian. And it doesn't seem a lot, 3 minutes once or twice a day is little, and sometimes you feel like nothing is happening, but if you add it up, it's not that little, and it's better than doing nothing. And I keep engaging with the language, and I'm more motivated to actually take other steps, like listening to music or booking a class or something like that. And sometimes, you cannot really speak when you're brushing your teeth, but because I'm doing everything in the morning, I brush my teeth, I do my makeup, I change whatever, skincare. And somehow I always manage. I start with the lesson, and sometimes I'll skip the speaking part because it's 5 in the morning and I really don't feel like speaking. Sometimes I'll do the speaking part while doing my makeup. So you see how that all works out for me. And I haven't lost my streak since, which is great. Okay, so here are some other ways you can use habit stacking in your life that I personally do too, and sometimes I forget I'm habit stacking, but it's amazing actually. What I love to do is in the morning while I do skincare and my makeup routine is I put on a Spotify playlist that I'll link in the description below with affirmations. And it's such a confidence boost to listen to them while you're already looking in the mirror, and you can repeat them out loud or in your head. You can listen to podcasts or audiobooks while commuting. Whether you're driving, walking, or taking public transport, this is the time to learn something new. Basically multitasking, but make it fun. I also have my yoga mat down there. You cannot see it, but what I like to do is I put on a really good show on Disney Plus in my case, and while watching it, I'll stretch. You could do a workout, but I don't think it's fun because I don't really get to watch, and I like doing workouts which are guided, but I know some stretches that are good for my back, and so I'll sit there and I watch, and while already sitting I'm just moving my body a little bit and doing some weird poses, and it's good for my back and it's not much effort. I personally have some time in the morning where I journal and practice gratitude, but if you do not have that time, it's also great during dinner or after dinner. You can practice gratitude, and it's also like being present, being in the moment, and just think about 3 things you're grateful for in that moment, whether it's the food or the people you're around, or just being able to go to that restaurant, or having access to your favorite desserts or something like that. And it doesn't even have to be about food, just being grateful for the day and the sun and the friends you've met in the morning, and I don't know, whatever comes to mind. Being grateful is supposed to have a huge impact on our mental health. So I can only encourage that. And what I like to do too is call my parents while I'm folding my laundry or cleaning up my room, because I have to do these things and they get so boring. And so I either listen to music or I'll call my mom and we will chit chat for half an hour and then everything is done. And it's not so tedious. So how do you get started? It's easy. First, pick a habit you are already doing. Think brushing your teeth, making coffee, commuting, walking your dog, whatever, the things you do every day or as often as you would like to do your new habits. Then pair it with the habit you want to build and start small. Let's say you can meditate for a minute while your coffee is brewing. And then just make it ridiculously easy. Every minute counts. Every time you practice gratitude counts. Every time you stretch your back counts. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Look, building new habits doesn't have to be overwhelming. You cannot just reinvent yourself and expect it to last. You cannot just go from being a couch potato to working out every single day for 1.5 hours. You will not stick to that. You can do that for 10 days, but most likely you'll fall off. And that's not what we want. It's better that you watch a series 3 times a week and do some stretches at first or some home workouts, then gradually build up, like find a gym, find I mean, if you're passing that gym, make an effort to always get off the bus each day at that station and go into the gym. And if you spend 10 minutes there and then decide, I'm really not feeling it, and you have just been walking the treadmill at a slow pace for those 10 minutes, fine, it's okay. But you're starting to build the habit, and that is what counts. That is great. Trust me, that's the way it works. So, what habit are you trying this with? Let me know down in the comments. That was it already for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Ciao.